Police Dimapur Outla T Imchanbra Aji Dimapur District Common Teachers Day Celebration Grace Scholarship Pilgrim Higher Secondary School Dimapur Day. Celebration Day Charta Teachers के भी award dishe Department of School Education bra ahibi details sabo reporter Adona Logate.
सबसे आगे सब टीचर्स कान के हैप्पी टीचर्स डे लगा सलाम दिया से अजी सब देश डे टीचर्स डे माने अनिस्ता यारे दिमापुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट भी एक कॉमन टीचर्स डे सेलिब्रेट करा से पिलग्रिम हायर सेकेंडरी स्कूल कुदादे तो इटुला प्रोग्राम वन इटा डिटेल्स साइलो
I am P.T. Nandini Bordaloy and I am currently studying in Delhi Public School, Dimapur. So, I have spent around 9 years in DPS now, and I am very happy to say that my teachers have been really caring about me. And then many times I wasn't this outspoken, and then I was very introvert. But my teachers have helped me learn my true skills and then show it into the world. So I'm very thankful to them, and happy Teachers Day to all the teachers.
I am Mangtu from DPS Dimapur, and I'm actually new here, but all the teachers till now have been very welcoming and warm to me, and I just want to say that I appreciate all my teachers for being so kind to me, and yeah, that's all.
Happy Teachers Day to everyone, and thank you for guiding us and support. Thank you. Happy Teachers Day.
Thank you so much, HornbillTV, for the coverage. And I just want to wish a very happy Teachers Day to all the superheroes out there. Thank you so much for always facing with the struggles and giving us this shape that we have always been seeking for. It is through your struggles and your hard work that we are here right now. So happy Teachers Day to all the teachers, and may you all have a beautiful hour ahead.
Happy Teachers Day to all the awesome teachers, and may God bless you with long life. Thank you.
Happy Teachers Day to my teachers, and my pishi kushi ase mohana teacher hange mohan tahan garni mohan ita inagasten goina khoda ko parese aru mohan pishi thanks ase teacher han sob teacher kon kote thagele bi tahan happy Teachers Day goina wish kori ase. Thank you.
As we're celebrating here today, the Teachers' Day, I think it's a profession which makes every other profession possible. I'm here today because of a teacher. We're all standing here because of teachers. And if we go down the memory lane, or if we go down into the past of every student or every success story or every progress in the humankind, in the history of humankind, I think we will find at the end a small classroom with a teacher tutoring. And I think at the end of the day, we will find somebody a teacher standing in the corner, motivating the students, teaching the students. And it is such a privilege for the students to be taught, and then it's such a privilege to be, I think, in this noble profession. As we're gathered here today, I like to, one question that really cropped into my mind was like, what is the one reason that the teachers over here wanted to be remembered for? And as a student myself, I started thinking about that answer. And as I was thinking about the answer, the one thing that was really picking my mind was like, it was not those exams, it was not those big lessons, it was not those reprimands, scoldings, no. But I think it was the interest that the teacher showed on me I think the care which was provided and the confidence and the connection which the teacher had provided in me, I think that is the one thing that I really remember as a student. And then I think that's the most important aspect of a teacher as well. When I think about my career, when I think about my schooling days, I always remember, I wouldn't mention the teacher's name as such, but I always remember one teacher. Of course, the teacher was known for having a lot of extra classes. But the one thing I remember very vividly about this teacher is the interest that he showed. During those times, I think teaching aids were not so popular during our times, but he was one teacher who used to get every kind of teaching aids to the class. He would bring maps, he would bring items, he would bring globe of the world, like globe, and different teaching aids to make the classes very interesting. And what I really enjoyed about that class was he made us feel heard. And he made us feel that, as in like, that my thought processes were important, that my voice matters. That was one important thing that I always remember about this teacher. So as teachers over here, we go to the classrooms every day. And then the students, so many students we interact with every day, so many lives that we're impacting every day. And then the students are coming from different backgrounds. They have their world, they have their burdens, they have their self-doubts, they have their fear, they have undergoing maybe losses, they have problems in their homes. But in that span of 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you have the whole responsibility of creating magic. I can say that for sure. And that magic is not about the lessons that you teach, but to make that child feel valued, to give them hope, to give them a direction. I think that's one of the most important reasons that's the power of a teacher. And that's the transformative powers that the teachers hold. As one of the teachers has rightly mentioned about Abdul Kalam, I think as in like teaching is one of the noblest of all professions. And when it comes to that, as in like, I can always say that there is no profession that would give you that much of satisfaction as being in the teaching field. Because you are not just imparting lessons, you are transforming lives on a daily basis, on an everyday basis, on a minute-to-minute, on a second-to-second basis. And you are touching the lives of every single person that you're interacting with. In today's times, I think in Nagaland's context, not everything is so rosy. We also hear so many media reports of proxy teachers, of absenteeism, and those are really sad aspects of education, I feel, because it really erodes the trust of the teachers and the students that they have on education. Because when a teacher enters the classroom, it is not just physical, it is emotional as well as intellectual. And when it comes to teaching, I think we all understand the beauty that it holds. And when it comes to our teachers, the teachers over here, the teachers all over Nagaland, I think we all need to renew our pledge so as to commit ourselves to this noble profession. I remember one very famous line by Maya Angelou, which says, "People will forget what you said, and they will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel." Now, I think it's exactly what teachers do on a daily basis. I think as a student, as anybody over here, we might have forgotten the trigonometry, the algebra, maybe a long time back. But the hope which was given by the teacher, I think it's still instilled in us, it's imbibed in our spirits. We might have forgotten the grammar rules, but I think as in like every student will remember the teacher who has given them a second chance. So I think the students over here, all of us students over here, on this day, it is very important to understand that it is our duty, bounden duty, to respect our teachers. Because it's not because they're creating our papers, but it is because a one line of hope or one line of encouragement that the teachers gives to you might open doors which you never thought existed in your life. As teachers seated over here, you are the nation builders, I can say that for sure. You are hope givers. You shape dreams. And yes, maybe sometimes you can scold us, but I'm sure it is never personal because you saw a potential in the child. And I think as teachers and students gathered here today, that's the power of education to, in a way, renew, to strengthen, plus in order to make everything grow in the right pace. In today's age, in today's times, I think technology is always outpacing us. Knowledge is in our fingertips. And I think the world is progressing at such at a pace that sometimes it's really difficult to actually grasp what is happening on certain times. But it is also important for both the teachers and the students. I'd like to encourage both the teachers and the students to adapt, to learn, to upgrade, as well as to update, and never stop learning. Of course, there will be struggles. Sometimes the change might seem very overwhelming. Sometimes the change might be a little too difficult. But let us be committed that with the adoption that we are imbibing, we are building a better world, we're building a better generation, we're building a more healthy society. Today, if you see around, the technological advances that the world is making, maybe the students that you're teaching here today, somebody over here might even go to the Mars, might even go to the moon, we never know. You are teaching that potential students. And a small word of encouragement that you give, or a small word of motivation that you give today might really inspire, might really trigger them to find paths in their life. Today, the world, today our government of the day is also really committed to education, as we all know. We have various programs by the government of India, by our governments. We have the National Education Policy, which is really tuned to building, which is really tuned to making the education systems better, to imbibe life skills in children. We have the Samagra Shiksha program, which is really into making the infrastructures, the teachings, and then the student environments better. We have also the BM Poshan programs, and we have so many Diksha programs which gives e-platforms for students and teachers to learn. We have the Nishta programs, and we have so many other programs which the government of the day is initiating. Also as to make this platform of teaching and learning more equitable and more oriented to today's generation. But all these programs, even if it's there, it is just a platform. If the teachers don't breathe life into it, those programs also become meaningless. So to all the people gathered here today, we are gathered here today to celebrate the Teachers' Day. We are celebrating with songs, with music, with gifts, with speeches. But I think it is very important for us to understand that we need to be committed to strengthen this noble profession. Because I think in today's age, the world can build machines, the world can build artificial intelligence to answer any kind of queries, but only a teacher can build a human being which can ask the right questions. So to all the teachers gathered here today, thank you so much for the sacrifices that you make on a daily basis. Thank you so much for your guidance. Thank you so much for everything that you do behind the screens that makes life possible. I'm here today because of a teacher. We are all here today because of teachers. And to this noble profession, my hats off. And then To all the teachers gathered here today, a happy Teachers' Day. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. Thank you so much.